Greetings, upstanders. Dr. O here, and Representative Jasmine Crockett has decided to enter the Senate race. What do y'all think about that? To be quite honest, I think it's amazing. I was on Roland Martin last night when the announcement was made, so we got to hear the whole speech. And quite honestly, while she was talking, I was just like, is this a 2028 presidential bid? Because it just sounded very presidential. I mean, we would expect nothing less for her, but obviously it's for the Senate campaign in 2026. And I think this is great for so many reasons. People are talking about, her career is over because of Trump's redistricting, and people are absolutely trying to redistrict her out of her seat and the like. And I think it's great that Reverend Haynes going to be running for that seat. But clearly, she's somebody who has larger skills and bigger aspirations. And just because Trump is doing this in Texas, it doesn't mean that her career is going to be over. Frankly, I'm not convinced that she would not have won if she did decide to run for her seat again. But this is really going to show where Texas is going forward, because obviously we have what happened with Colin Allred, and people thought that some of the campaigns prior to his were going to make Texas go blue, and everybody was talking about that possibility. And then when Allred ran, it just didn't happen. And so people like, oh, well, it's gone again. But I really feel like Representative Crockett has a real opportunity. People thought that Beto O'Rourke, before Allred, was going to be that guy, and he wasn't. But things take time. There's two main reasons why I think Jasmine Crockett has a great chance of winning. Number one, I feel like she's absolutely going to galvanize more people to vote. When you look at the last election, the 2024 election, Texas had the second lowest voter turnout behind Louisiana in terms of the presidential election. And she is somebody who, as a star for the Democrats, as somebody who's definitely going to bring out turnout. And she's going to bring out turnout for and against her. There's no question about that. I mean, Trump clearly has his eyes set on her. She occupies space in his head rent free. So that's clearly going to happen. Obviously, you also have James Representative Talarico as well, who is also going to be a formidable opponent. And these two individuals, I think, are going to make for a very interesting race. I can't see a situation where they're going to try to destroy each other, tear each other down. I feel like which one of them wins, the other one will support them hands down. I know that a lot of people are saying what's going to happen with the Hispanic vote as it relates to this race, and that's a fair conversation to have. But I think the real issue in Texas is going to, and I would love to know what you think, is going to be the women's vote. Because as far as we know, right now, Crockett, I think the deadline already passed. Crockett is the only woman in the Senate race, Republican or Democrat. And Texas has been kind of ground zero as it relates to the oppression of women in these abortion bans. And it's not something we talk about on the news as much as we should, unfortunately. You see great organizations like ProPublica doing stories on it and the like. But I mean, women on some levels are really being shackled by, the abortion laws there. And women have died who are pregnant, and they've been betrayed by, 20, 30, 40. I think one story I read, up to 90 doctors who turned them away. And, these doctors are fearful of going to jail or prison, for life terms because of what's happening with these tactics in Texas. And before she was a candidate for Senate, which is yesterday, I mean, Jasmine Crockett is somebody who spoke up powerfully about that. And she talked about going across the country and seeing the effects of this. And I don't know if enough women will have enough. I don't know where the white women vote's going to go. I mean, and the reason I say that is because Trump is not going to be on the ballot this time around. So I really feel like that could be a secret sauce for her. And I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. So anybody who says it's a long shot, look, it may be, if President Trump was doing a great job right now, if his approval ratings were through the roof, and same for the governor of Texas, then I would probably be one of those ones to be like, yeah, it's a long shot. But the Republican brand is so destroyed right now. You see what's happening with what's going towards the midterms. You see what's happening in these elections in November. There's a lot of momentum towards the Democrats. And Jasmine Crockett has always been solid. I mean, she's always been herself. Like I said, love her or hate her, she has always been herself throughout. And when I watched that presidential speech, I appreciated it. I mean, there we go. Freudian slip. That senatorial speech, and she was channeling Obama, because he was another one people said had no chance, and look what he was able to do with that. So she's reaching into those spaces where there were underdogs there. She talked about other people as well. So I think this is going to be an interesting Senate race. I think that As long as a Democrat wins, I think it's going to be powerful, whether it's her or Tallarico. I am definitely in the Jasmine Crockett camp, and I feel like people need to, put that support there towards making sure that she gets in there, but ultimately making sure that a Democrat gets in there as well. And so I'm so happy that she threw herself her name into the race, and I'm very forward. I'm looking forward to seeing what she's going to do because she is a powerhouse, and she's about to show the world again because that's just who she is. So good luck to Crockett and Representative Crockett, and looking forward to hopefully being able to say senator by this time next year. What do y'all think? Let me know. Take care, y'all. Like and subscribe. Let's get to 25,000 subscribers. Be sure to get that best-selling book, Lies About Black People: How to Combat Racist Stereotypes and Why It Matters. Makes a great gift for the holidays. Take care, y'all. Peace.